I'm Nick from Society of Sound, and I'm here with UMI at the Big Pineapple Festival on the Sunshine Coast. So, what's it like coming back to touring and playing some festival gigs after the new album just come out and stuff? And you've been on the scene for a while, Aussie legends. What's it like coming back? A bit of a younger crowd on the stage now.
I think we've been touring and playing sort of perennially. We do a couple of maybe 100 gigs a year, which is kind of slow for us these days. But no, it's just an ongoing little parade. And there's the temptation to hang out socially a lot, but we always get into trouble. So it's almost like we want to hang out together socially, and let's book a gig to make it official, so we can earn our drinks. Oh, wonderful! It's like we don't rehearse much, so it's all going to be a surprise.
Yeah. So is the set most of the set the newer stuff off the album, or you're swapping it all up with the discography?
It's a bit of a mix. We have our favourites, but then there are the songs that we know that people just love. So we just got to balance that. But we flip them out every now and then. But we've got songs from the new record on there, and
but we tend to smatter it with songs that we know people despise.
Yeah, just to piss them off.
Yeah. No, it's just to get a full breadth of experience.
The full UMI.
Yeah. We have, the good and the very bad.
So how was this new album coming into that, writing that, and recording, producing? How was that different to any of the other albums that you had done? Was it any different?
Well, locationally, it was a little different than we did in New York. But then we rationalised that we've actually recorded in New York quite a lot, and it's almost like not a second home, but we've got a lot of family there and we've got a lot of history there. But in the end, it's you choose a wonderful studio and then get a couple of crates of beer and a couple of crates of wine and
have a good time.
I start songs. Andy makes them great. Then Rusty bastes them, and then David puts his fucking sprinkles on. It's very the only time I think we made records that weren't entirely satisfying is when we thought about them too much.
Okay.
And so we thought very little about this one.
Yeah. And you're happy with the result?
Enormously. Yeah. It was really good fun.
Yeah. I remember at the beginning of the session in New York, we were so jet lagged. We had this great idea, of course, that we would land and walk into a recording studio. We were so jet lagged that I think we got like 2 or 3 songs done, and I don't think we even realised we'd done it. It's just like, where are we? What's going on? It's just jet lag and, I don't know, fueled with booze and coffee. And I remember sitting down thinking, oh shit, that actually sounds great. And then off we went, kind of thing,
It's the UMI method, tried and true.
Never fails.
Never. Oh, it's failed.
Oh, it has? So why New York? What does New York bring to the recording process and the writing process?
Oh, look, it was more because Rusty, our drummer, is working over there and works with a label, and the studio that he works for, Daptone in Brooklyn, had a week free, and we want to support him with his work over there, and so and my daughter lives there, and we made our first couple of records there. A lot of friends, a lot of couches to sleep on. We first recorded there 22 years ago, and we were back doing the same thing under exactly the same circumstances, just a little older.
Just a little. So what are your favourite songs to play live? Like personally, what really hits home for you when you can see the audience, whether they're screaming the lyrics back at you, but what's your favourite song?
I think every show is different, and that's a live gig is they're living, breathing things, and that's why people go to them, because it's happening in real time. It's energy. So some gigs, some songs just work really well. Other gigs, other songs work well. Depends. I don't know. Everyone's different, and sometimes the band just nails something. It just depends, But when it's working, our last show in Melbourne, we did in a really small club, and just had a really good gig for I don't know what reason. It just worked.
A chance to socialise with each other. It's, hey, you want to hang out? Yeah, let's do a gig. Oh, all right. We get drinks for free. Great.
Excellent.
And we tend to, friendships are consolidated by good shows. It's always there, and so we're probably closer than family. But after you play a good show, it just gives you, you feel that done good things and communicated with each other and communicated somehow with an audience, it gives you a license to behave terribly. And that's worth it.
The rock star method.
The rock, what, sorry?
The rock star method.
I'm sorry, I just thought you said my name.
If you could choose one sort of, one Australian band that sort of gone on hiatus and you want to bring them back and tour with them, who would that be?
That's an interesting question. Wow. I was just on a plane with Violent Soho. I know they haven't broken up. They just finished the tour yesterday, and I was girlishly excited.
Yeah. So you're a big Violent Soho fan?
Huge. Yeah. I think Lukey Borham's is the best songwriter in the world at the moment. He's just mixes. I can't quite explain it. I'm a massive fan. 6'3" fan. What about someone that's maybe. I know going and seeing Tumbleweed last year on some of their shows that they got back together. That was so. I was in tears. It was so powerfully and beautiful. And they're such old friends of ours. They gave us our first really big tour, and they've had a fair amount of tragedy over the past couple of years, and they were just playing this beautiful sludgy mess. It was beautiful.
I'm glad to hear that you guys are fans of Violent Soho. That's a Brisbane band. We see them around every now and then.
There's so much fucking going on in Brisbane at the moment, just as there is in Western Sydney as well. Like, there's all these articles about the death of live music or something. Go and hang out at Tin Guitars for a while, and I've had so many good records coming out of Brisbane in the past 2 years. It's a wonderful opportunity to go out and be really knocked off your socks. If you're looking for something to be inspired by, to be able to go into a town or out in the suburbs and see something. Brisbane's really, something's really, and it sort of seems to be centred around good record labels, with a lot of heart, good record stores, good guitar stores. That's what you need, and people with big imaginations, and it can all be done on the cheap.
And look at this, they've got, it looks like a huge hillside full of people, and it's just an Australian-only lineup, which years ago used to be this novelty, but now it's the norm. Australian bands are just, people love them, they're great. It's so healthy, it's great.
It's a very exciting time.
Yeah, I saw Smith Street, who are playing now at Laneway the other month, and having 10,000 kids just screaming Will's lyrics back at him. I want to be in a rock band, and then I called the band and said, let's get a band. Oh, shit, that's right, we have been.
I'm sorry, I called the wrong guy.
Yeah, right.